Hi, I'm Paris, and in my last video in this series about how I've lost 50 pounds, I was showing the foods that I eat for breakfast and describing them in some detail. And there was one food that I had just run out of, so I wasn't able to include it, and that is Medjool Dates. As you can see, I have been to the store since and picked up a pack. It's about $5, and these are at Trader Joe's, but you can find this variety of dates in pretty much every supermarket, as well as a variety of other dates. I just particularly like these. Dates do have a lot of sugar. 2 dates have about 25 grams of sugar, and so in my breakfast, as I was showing, about half of the sugars come from just those 2 dates. Let me just throw in my standard disclaimer here. I am not a doctor. I am relating what I've done to lose weight, including the foods that I've eaten and lifestyle changes I've made. Before making any of those yourself, you should consult with your doctor. Okay, so from what I've read, and what seems to be true in my case, my experience, is that the sugar in the dates is really bound up in the fruit itself, and it doesn't cause the big insulin release that you would get if you ate 25 grams of table sugar. Now, I had never eaten a date before in my life before this year, and now I absolutely love them. I learned about them from a friend's Instagram feed. It shows what far-flung things you can be exposed to on the internet. Of course, I'd heard of dates, but just to look at them, they weren't real appealing. But tasting them, oh my gosh, they are so good. And I've always had a sweet tooth, which resulted in me eating boxes of donuts and cookies and candy. All that added sugar is a big part of how I managed to weigh 247 pounds a year ago. And part of how I'm able to be down to 192 pounds right now is that when that sweet tooth craving hits me, I go for the dates. Now, they sell dates that have already had the seed or the pit removed, but I buy the kind that have them in there because you have to eat them more slowly, which for me means I enjoy them more. That's good stuff. Inside is the seed. So eating about 4 dates a day, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. I noticed I'd go through a pack like this about once a week and looking at the cost, and I'm thinking, I wonder if I could grow dates since I live here in Texas and dates come from the Middle East, that sort of weather environment. I wondered if the weather here would support them. So I researched starting my own date plantation. Well, I don't have the land to do that, but I wonder if I could grow a few of them in the yard. So I read that if you take the seeds out and you soak them in water for about a week and then plant them and put them out in the sun, if you have the right kind of climate, they will sprout. So this is the seed or pit, and I chose them from only the most delicious dates, the really, really good ones. I saved the pit, I soaked them in water for a week, and then I planted them in planters out in the front yard. Welcome to my date palm orchard. Just think, in 8 short years, I can begin harvesting my very own dates. Now, date palms can get up to 80 feet tall, and you do need to climb up them several times during the year to make sure that everything's happening right so that you get the fruit and that you protect the fruit from being eaten by insect or animals until you can go and harvest it. So if I'm looking to add a fitness regimen to my health program in the future, that might be a good one. One thing about the dangers of dates, though, that you might not read in nutrition magazines or stories online, let me tell you what happened to me. Over the summer, I had to travel to Seattle several times, and I found a Trader Joe's there. Only problem was, in my Trader Joe's here, they keep the dates in this refrigerated section next to the grapes. So after scouring the refrigerated aisle of the store all the way up one side, back down the other, I can't find them. And I'm wondering, maybe they don't carry them here, but it's a Trader Joe's brand. Anyhow, I go and find someone working there to ask about it. And it was a woman, she's stocking some stuff on the shelves. And so I had my cart, and I walked up to her and said, "Hi, I'm looking for dates." And it wasn't quite when I said it, it was only after I saw the look on her face that I realized how that could have been misinterpreted. And so, which then embarrassed me for having said it, and I stammered, I'm in my store back in Austin, they have them in the refrigerated section, but I couldn't find them here. So then finally her face relaxed and she said, "Oh, sure, let me show you where we keep them in our store." And people have been cultivating and eating dates for over 6,000 years. The mention in the Bible of the land of milk and honey, the honey is actually date honey that it was referring to. It's when they take the dates, they put them in water till they disintegrate, and then they boil off the water. It's kind of a syrupy material that remains. That's the honey in the land of milk and honey. So if you have a sweet tooth like me and you're looking for some food that can fill that craving and yet still be healthy, they have a fair amount of sugars, but they're mixed into the fabric of the food itself along with the minerals and fibers and other good things for you, so it doesn't make your insulin go crazy. If you'd like to read up some more on the nutrition of dates, I'll link to some interesting articles, the link down below this video, as well as the Trader Joe's Medjool Dates that I really like. Man does not live by bread alone, especially when you've got dates in the kitchen. Just be careful asking for them in the supermarket. See you in the next video.